Welcome back to We Are Nacogdoches. It's the show where we get to hear more about the good things happening in our community from the people who are involved. I'm Kelly Augustine with the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce, and I am thrilled to have our guest with us today. It's the Executive Director of Love in the Name of Christ, Patty Goodrum.
Hi.
Hi, Patty.
Hi. It's good to be here.
I'm glad to have you here because Love Inc., as we call Love in the Name of Christ, has been such a big part of our community for so many years. And I'm sure folks have seen the logo or have heard the name, but I would love to start this conversation out by just talking about what you do with the organization and how it impacts our community and others.
Well, thank you very much. Love in the Name of Christ, Love Inc., was founded over 50 years ago in the nation. Love Inc. Nacogdoches was founded about 26 years ago. And so we've been in the community that long. It's just important to know that we are part of a bigger affiliation. We are an affiliate of Love Inc. National, and there are about 130 Love Incs. Across the nation. There happens to be only 2 in Texas, and that would be a different conversation for another time. It'd take a little longer. However, we're just very thankful that Nacogdoches has embraced Love Inc. for all these years. The most important thing to understand about Love Inc., Love in the Name of Christ, is a Christian organization, and our main mission is to mobilize the church. A lot of people think that Love Inc. functions as another social service agency, which is great to help others that are in need, and that is true. But our main mission is to mobilize the church, meaning all Christian denominations that come together, work together. Love Inc. is kind of the hub of where the needs are, and the church comes and joins us and actually does the work to actually see people and fulfill the needs.
And it could be any church in our community.
Any Christian church that's involved. We have I looked to be sure I had my statistics right before I left, and we have about 60 churches in Nacogdoches that are actual partner churches with Love Inc. of Nacogdoches.
Okay.
So what that means is they are involved with their volunteers coming and serving with us or with other churches, as well as monetarily support the mission.
But ultimately, you are helping people in need.
Right. We love to say we help churches help people. So one of the other big functions that we have is to validate and verify the need. Some folks really like that, and some folks don't. Because we have to validate the need to make sure it's legitimate, make sure it's safe for volunteers. We actually have volunteers from the different churches that meet with us, go over case management, and literally go to the homes and meet people, witness to them, pray over them, visit with them, and see what their real needs are. Many times people apply for help and they may say, I just need my electricity bill paid or a water bill. And the volunteers get there and they find out there's no beds, there's no food, there's no, lots of other things. And so we're able to bring the physical needs met through the love of Jesus, pretty much. That's pretty much what we do.
And it's a full-time job.
It is.
And you have staff?
We do. We've been blessed with 7 members. One's part-time. Our accountant, she is part-time. But we have 2 warehouse guys that work in our warehouse ministry. And then we have 2 case managers, a volunteer coordinator, which serves as an office manager, and me. And so we have probably around 300 volunteers. Some of those are seasonal, where we have either our fundraiser that we're working on, or Christmas, or a back to school event. but about 25 to 30 actually come in and out of the office every week, answer phones, see clients. We have a laundry and shower facility on our campus. So a lot of things we do are try to, serve the client with the requests they have, but we also try to help them be as self-sufficient as possible. Just this morning, I had a lady come and her water bill was out of sight. And I said, well, how do you do your laundry? And she says, well, I have 7 children, so I have to wash clothes often. And I said, well, why don't you come to the facility and wash for free so we can help you in that way. You won't have to spend that money. So that's just one of the examples that we have.
Well,
So,
those services are needed, and I know that you have managed this for a while. So,
yep,
yeah,
16 years this fall,
yeah.
my retirement job.
But what are the good events that you guys do that the community can also have fun with?
Absolutely. We have an annual fundraiser called Cherished Blessings, and there's a little play on words, CHAIR. And we're all about repurposing as the Lord repurposes us for different things throughout our life. We have a warehouse ministry where people give items to us, household items. Sometimes they have to be repaired. Sometimes they have to be repurposed into other things. And we have a whole fundraiser about that the community is very much involved in. We plan for that all year long. The other things are back to school. We have a tennis shoe drive, and clients come that have been identified that they need the help, and they come. And Christmas is the same way, and we have a Christmas event. So really, we only have 3 big events throughout the year, and it's back to school in August of that year, and then Christmas, about 3 weeks before Christmas, and then our fundraiser is the first week in February every year.
And you know, I'm asking these questions just to continue our conversations. You are probably one of the best communicators, especially as a nonprofit. You keep us apprised of all your work through, you do a column, correct? You do newsletters. Why don't you go down the list of how people can read more?
Well, we as a staff write a article that's in our local newspaper, the Sentinel. They've been very good to us over these years, and it's called SOS, which is Serving Our Savior. And it just kind of highlights what people can do to help or be involved, invite churches to come. Of course, we have Facebook, and our newsletter. We send out about 1,300 newsletters every month. And again, we have volunteers that come and fold the newsletter. Everything we do is centered around the church. So we really can't do, even though we have employees, we can't serve close to 5,000 families last year in Nacogdoches County without the whole church being a part of it and seeing it through to help folks fulfill needs and so forth.
Well, and you kind of answered my next question when you mentioned the number of families that you served last year. Have you seen any changes in the trends or the folks that you're working with?
We have. After COVID, the elderly population was really, really hurting. We really found a lot of folks that, were not doing well with getting food. We have plenty of food to give them. We just got to get it to them. And so we have volunteers that will pick up from our Harvest House and some other food pantries and get it to them every week. But the elderly population really are the ones that are their little homes are dilapidated and they won't leave them for anything. And we really check on a lot of elderly folks. So that's one of the biggest trends I've seen over the last few years anyway.
And also, before we started this episode, we were talking about the service area. So how far do you go?
We are, Nacogdoches County is our service area. However, when there's a need on the border of other communities, we absolutely, especially if a church comes to us or if the other clients come to us, we'll certainly serve folks outside of our county. Our Love Inc. national office prefers that we choose a county. And so we try to stick to that. But we service, border communities all the time. So anyone comes to us, we're gonna serve them. So, but
And it sounds like with the volunteers, pretty much any age group, any skill set, just a willingness is what you're looking for.
absolutely. One of our biggest challenges over the last couple of years is our laundry and shower facility, because sometimes the word gets out and clients will come, and then some days they don't. But we have to have a volunteer there all the time. And so because it's a volunteer part of our business, and so we don't have a staff member. We're all on the same campus. We're just across the street. But one of our biggest challenges is to have volunteers at the shower and laundry facility more often, because sometimes they get bored because nobody comes, and then we have a whole bunch of people come. There's not a volunteer, so we're struggling with that.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I know you will handle it as you always
the Lord will
do
that,
with your
but
team.
Thank you.
So if folks want to know more about the organization, getting involved, or even passing along this information, where should they go?
Just call us. Mainly just call us. We have all the other outlets, the media outlets, but just calling us or coming by our location at 917 Ruby Street. It's across from the dog park. And then our phone number, of course, is 936-569-8555. Call us.
Well, thank you, Patty, for
Thank
being
you.
here. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
We
Thank
appreciate you.
Enjoyed it very much.
And thank you for joining us today on We Are Nacogdoches. We will see you again soon.
This program is brought to you by the Department of Media and Communication at Stephen F. Austin State University, in association with the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce, and with special thanks to the City of Nacogdoches.